What's good, boys and girls? So today we're going to be breaking down Clavicular's funnel. So I'm sure you have been seeing this kid all over social media, and I'm going to be showing you how he's currently making more than $600,000 every month, engaging with more than 1,500 clippers, selling a $40 per month school group. So let's get into it. First of all, let's cover who is Clavicular. So Clavicular is known for being a looks maxing influencer. He streams daily on lifestyle content, which is mainly focused on parties, girls, and trips. So, yeah, and then he streams daily on Kick. He has 324,000 followers and he averages more than 300,000 views per stream. So, that means that every celebrity wants to be on his streams in order to make them more famous. And he has met and collaborated several times with Andrew Tate and his network, which means Justin Waller, Tristan Tate, you name it. So he has been recently banned from YouTube within the last 24 hours. But the good thing is that his main platforms, which are Instagram and TikTok, are untouched. He has an X account, but he barely focused on it. So here we have a picture of Clavicular with Andrew Tate of a recent stream he did, and here we have his Kick account. So let's go over his ICP, the ideal customer profile, who actually buys his program and how do they do it. So we'll cover the demographics, the psychographics, the pain points, the desires, the trigger to buy, and where they are. Okay, so let's go over the demographics. It's a male age 16 to 26 that lives in the US, UK, Europe, or LATAM. The good thing is that it is a low ticket program, which means it's pretty much accessible for the whole population. Middle class family background and has some disposable income, $50 to $100 per month range. So it's still in school or early career and just wants to look max. So let's go over the psychographics. Is obsessed with status and social proof, wants female attention and admiration, is frustrated with being invisible, and follows the red pill self improvement content, and binge watches luxury lifestyle and content daily. So the pain points for this ICP is it doesn't know how to dress or how to carry himself. He has a low confidence in social situations, feels outcompeted by natural chats, like actual mugging people, and has no mentor or role model in real life and has tried random advice, but nothing sticks. I remember back in the day where mewing was a thing, and I remember everyone in class just staying without talking, just putting a tongue all over the lips and just doing like this. I mean, it's kind of crazy to think about it that still now there's people buying courses for mewing. Crazy. So now let's go over the desires. So the ICP wants to attract high value women, wants to look wealthy and elevated, wants social status and recognition, wants a transformation they can see. And this is really key. And wants a community of similar guys he can engage with so he can meet friends and have a friend group that chats. So the trigger to buy for this program is that you see a transformation testimonial. And what I mean by that is every time engaging with all the transformations Clavicular was able to do with his mentees, which is a clip that feels like that's me. He feels identified with what Clavicular says and then feels inspired after a Tate Clavicular collab. And this is kind of crazy because Tate was one of the first one to sell info to all these little kids just trying to make it and hustle and make some money. So this collab was crazy because it engaged with many people and many people started buying Clavicular's course. So this gets FOMO from a community growth that now you don't get that much attention, so you want to join quickly, and the price point feels like a no-brainer. $40. I mean, I can change my life for $40. Let's do it. Okay, so let's go over where they are when buying this. So mainly people discover this course from Instagram Reels, which is via Clippers, TikTok For You page, which guess what? It's via Clippers, and then the Kick chat during the live. So his main account directs all his traffic onto the Skool community, which is also a super good thing. And then it's secondary, not the main one, but he also posts YouTube shorts and long form content. So this is more focused on growing long term since long form audience brings more money. But if you want something fast, something that converts quickly, just launch a low ticket program and do all the traffic through clippers. This is mainly the key that Clevicular is focusing on right now. So the core insight, and to conclude all this, is that the buyer is a 16 to 24-year-old male who sees himself in Clevicular's journey and wants to replicate it and just wants to attract high-value women. Okay, so now let's go over the traffic flow mag, the traffic machine, on how attention flows to his program. So all is centered on the Twitch and Kick live streams. I think at the beginning he was streaming on Twitch, but then since he was promoting all this prohibited and banned stuff on Twitch, he moved to Kick, which is more focused on gambling, lifestyle parties, and all that stuff. So he streams daily on Kick, and then 1,500 clippers try and search per clips on those streams. So Clavicular is right now paying $1.5 per every 1,000 views you get, which this is performance based, which incentivize the clippers to post more. And what I mean by that is that then you start getting all over your For You page, IG Reels, and TikTok videos about Clavicular. So then this creates a viral omnipresence, which is really key because Clavicular is getting millions of impressions daily across both platforms. And then all this traffic redirects onto his main profile, which then you can see the testimonials, the story sequences, and finally the link in bio. And guess what? Then you go to the Skool group, which right now has more than 1,500 subscribers paying $40 per month, which is currently creating more than $50,000 in monthly recurrent revenue. So now let's go over his Kick livestream engine. So how does this main engine work? So he currently streams daily on Kick, which creates a lot of content for the clippers. So the content type is only focused on lifestyle, girls, parties, and really flexing. All this LARPing meme, he's the guy. And then he also shows his status, the debates, and the challenges he faces when being with girls, cold approaches, all that stuff. So it's high entertainment, and you like this kid, you may not like it, but he is entertaining, and that's the thing. It's a low effort to clip. So the natural virality is built into the content style, which make it super easy for clippers to get the viral moments. So his streams are designed to generate moments, and that's what creates a viral clip. So each stream is raw material for 10 to 50 clips for the clippers, and then the community watches it live, and then it builds attachment. So the key insights on this is that the stream isn't just for content, it's a clip factory, and you gotta understand this. You gotta understand that all he does is doing daily streams on Kick, averaging more than 300k viewers each stream and generating more than 50 clips per stream, which is super crazy. And then you gotta understand that the main things that attract these viral clips are luxury and lux maxing. And then you mix this with entertainment, and then you get Clavicular. So now let's go over the clipping army. So how does all this clipping work, and how does he actually make the money? So he right now has more than 1,500 clippers active, which means that all these accounts are distributing his clips all over social media. So how it works is a clipper joins the program, and then he gets access to a raw stream footage. He edits the clips, usually 15 to 60-second clips, and then posts this on their own IG and TikTok accounts. Tags Clavicular or uses his brand and gets paid per 1,000 views generated. So as more viral it gets, the more money the clipper makes. So right now, Clavicular is earning roughly $20,000 per day streaming on Kick. So how the clipper program structure is working right now is that you're getting paid $1.5 per every 1,000 views you get. So it's performance based, and there's no base pay, which incentivizes the clippers to make more money. So he currently has 1,500 clippers, and the platforms are mainly Instagram and TikTok. So the contents are just clips from Claviculars, nothing else. And then he's doing daily live streams, which really is a factory for all these clippers to get more clips. And then if we break down the math, is he has 1,500 clippers, averaging 50k per views clipper per month, which he's getting more than 75 million views per month. At $1.5 per 1,000 views, he's paying more than $100,000 in Clipper payouts. So then those 75 million views drive traffic to the Skool group, which is making more than $50,000 per month. And then plus the $500 per month he's making on Cake, he's making more than $600,000 every month. And that at this level, the Clippers are essentially a free ad network that pays for itself through the views they generate. But understand that Clavicular outsources all distribution at zero upfront cost. He's making more than he could pay in Clippers, so now he doesn't really have to care about anything. He just pays the Clippers and that's it. And all his traffic is going to a low ticket Skool group that then has a return on ad spend, which is infinite because it's all organic. Okay, so with that being said, now let's go over his Instagram profile breakdown. And I really like this part because Next Setting does this all the time. And I want to show you what I spotted on his profile that is currently making him money. So let's start by his normal profile. So this is Clavicular. He has roughly 600,000 followers on Instagram, and he has this 3 highlighted stories. So he has all the transformations, which are clients. Start here with the link of the Skool group, and then Baccarat, which is a new club he opened in Miami. And he also have the Skool link right here. So his posts are mainly designed to make him look at some high-level figure that actually you want to learn from. So he has a cool post with his, I think it's his grandma, and then showing his physique. Then you have a photo with his dog, and then you have a post being the streamer of the year, which actually creates status. His profile picture is professional and high quality. He has status signaling with clothing, location, and the vibe. You can see right here. Then you have an immediately communication of a luxury lifestyle. And what I mean by that, this picture is actually transmitting who he actually is, something that people admire, as you can see right here, taking pictures and him in the middle. So the bio and description is a clear value proposition. So what transformation he offers. So he has also the social proof elements and the link in bio Skool group. Looks matching changes lives. Okay, done. It did for you, then let me do it for me. And then a send below and then the link. So he also has some highlighted stories which are dedicated to testimonials, to who work with him, and the social proof above that fold the instant trust. And the story sequences walk prospect through the next step. So in that way you can convert him to the Skool group. His content grid is mainly focused on lifestyle, the transformation content, and if you go to his reels are clips from the stream surface and consistent aesthetic brand recognition. So you gotta understand that one of the most powerful things is his brand. When you look at him, he transmits a certain vibe and a certain aesthetic, and this is super important. So then he has a high follower and engagement ratio, which then creates obviously authenticity and creates verification from the followers. And then if we go to the link in bio, it points directly to Skool group, no intermediate pages like Linktree, LinkMe, or whatever, and then has a $40 per month program, which is shown immediately by entering the Skool group. To conclude his Instagram profile breakdown, you need to focus on having these key metrics. So link in bio directly to Skool, no intermediates, the testimonial highlights, how to join story sequence to accompany the leads onto joining the program, and then the Clipper traffic floods the profile daily. So his profile is flooded with clips, viral clips that will make him actually more famous, more rich, and more omnipresent. Okay, so now let's go over the TikTok profile breakdown. The TikTok role is a secondary discovery platform. The Clipper content floods the For You page daily, and the bio also points to the Skool or IG. And what I mean by that is that the actual funnel is TikTok, IG, and Skool. So the content type on TikTok is mainly clips from kick streams, short form lifestyle content, and transformation reveals. He also have some clips on debate and reactions, and all posted by Clippers, not him personally. Because, I mean, he couldn't manage to post all that he posts daily. So the algorithm advantage is that 1,500 accounts are posting daily his content, and this creates a massive For You page saturation. Each new clip, each new discovery event, and viewers see him everywhere, and this builds a parasocial relationship very fast, which is called omnipresence. So I wanted to highlight the TikTok note that this Clavicular's main profile may have been limited posting. Most of his TikTok's presence is actually through Clipper's account and not his profile. The actual videos that are on his profile, just like this ones right here, are the most viral ones, and these are the ones that truly engage. And here he has another tab with client transformations that actually let people see what he's done for other people. Okay, so now let's go over how traffic becomes followers. This is one of my favorite parts. So the clip goes viral on IG or TikTok For You page. The viewer sees it and Clevicular is tagged and mentioned. This viewer visits main profile out of curiosity, and then the profile converts them into follows and checks the highlights. And then when they check the highlights, and if they're interested, they will check the bio and enter the Skool funnel. So why this works? The clipper creates the curiosity, and this is super key. So then the profile creates the trust because he has a high following, he has the transformations, he has everything you could think of. And then the highlights creates the desire, which then the link in bio creates the action, and each stage does one job and passes the prospect to the next stage. There's no a single point of friction, and this is why this funnel works. So now let's go over the profile conversion assets. So he's highlighted stories, so background list, start here, and clients basically have the testimonials, which is dedicated transformation proof, the how to join, the step-by-step what to do, the lifestyle which builds aspiration and desire, and then each highlight acts as a mini sales page. And this is really the main thing on his highlighted stories. So the story sequence on how to work with me has this certain following. So here's what I teach inside my program. These are the results my students get. Here's how you join. The link in my bio, $40 per month, and DM me if you have any questions. And he obviously has maybe 10 sellers in his account responding to all the questions. So he also has the testimonial stories, which are always visual. Let me show you the stories because this is crazy. We have a demographic which is kind of gaming, like Discord mod or Reddit mod, and then it ended up being this chat. And many people will engage with this initial profile, so then they will be saying like, oh damn, I can be me, like this can be me. And then you also have another guy which has the face flooded with acne and then becomes this chat. So they will be like, okay, this could be me, let me join this program. And the key is that the testimonials are the front and center. They're not hidden deep in content, and they're in a dedicated highlight so the buyer sees it before scrolling. And this will actually make them join the Skool group. So now let's go over the Skool group breakdown. So this is the Skool group I was talking about all the time, the Clavicular system. He has a free trial and he has 1.3 thousand members, 12 online and 9 admins. He's also selling some peptides, which is Arcane Labs. And then the key metrics of this is that he has 1,300 active subscribers paying $40 per month, which this is bringing well over $50,000 in monthly recurrent revenue at an annual rate of $600,000. So the growth deliver and it's the growth the growth driver is basically Clipper traffic that then goes into the testimonials and then buys. So let me show you why this converts. $40 per month is less than $1.3 per day, which is basically nothing. For a 17-year-old wanting transformation, it's super affordable, so they don't need their parents to pay it. It's cheap enough to impulse buy, it's sticky enough to stay, and it's low enough to reduce the buyer hesitation. So then high enough to pay Clavicular well at scale because he's going for quantity, not quality. And this is a super important thing. So let's go over what's inside this community. So there's looks maxing courses and modules. There's a feminine course and style and grooming status. There's a transformation roadmaps. There's a community access for men or similar journey on similar journey, and a direct access to Clavicular, which I mean, he's not in there. And then regular new content live calls, and all bundled in one $40 per month subscription. So you can actually hop on calls with Clavicular and the whole group, but you actually, when you type questions in the chat, that's not him typing you back. So you gotta understand that the Skool group is the entire business, and everything else, streams, clips, IG, TikTok, is a funnel that leads here. So one product, one price, recurrent revenue. And the good thing is that he could stop streaming, and with the amount of clips he has, he could be making money and teaching people how to actually lux max. So when entering his Skool community, you actually see first like a video right here, this video, this 4-minute video. And this is like the BSL for his Skool. So let me show you. This BSL is focused and the actual breakdown of this 4-minute video sales letter. So let me break down section by section, right? First of all, you've got the hook. So if you're tired of being invisible to women and not being disliked, you know what you deserve. This is mainly pointing the actual ICP program everyone has, problem everyone has. So then it gets you engaged onto watching more of the video. So problem agitate, they describe the pain of the ICP, average looks, no status, can't attract women, and no transformation. Then he includes the credibility, so Clavicular's transformation story, where he started, what he changed, meeting Andrew Tate and building the network. Then it goes to the proof, wrote testimonials, then before and after transformation, students who went from invisible to high status, and then what's inside the community. So it walks through the courses inside the group, looks maxing modules, feminine courses, the community, and the direct access. And then the offer stack. So for just $40 per month, you get XYZ plus an access to me directly, plus a community with actual looks maxers that will engage with your journey and help you become a high status man. And then you get the urgency and CDA, which is spots are limited, the community grows every day. Join now before the price goes up. And this is creating the FOMO, the perfect FOMO for someone to join. And then the close. Click the button below, join now, see you on the other side. This is structure specially designed for his ICP. The BSL formula notes is that the length is 4 minutes, it's a talking head video, and then there's a transformation images embedded throughout the video. So the testimonials appear just at the beginning, the price is not mentioned till the end, and the CDA button appears at the end of the video. So let's go over the course content breakdown and what's inside the program that actually helps the ICP convert better. So he has a Lux Max in foundations, the appearance and style, the social status, the attraction mastery. He also have the feminine courses, the community access, direct access to Clevicular, so Q&A questions, feedback on your progress, live calls, which are periodic, and the DM access when available. And all of this for $40 per month. So there's no upsells, no hidden fees, everything in one place, and you can cancel anytime. And why I wanted to cover everything inside here is because this is the actual problems that his ICP has. So by covering every single thing on his program, it's a no-brainer for his ICP to join his program. Because if he was missing maybe this last point or this last point, he would have lost some members in the community. But by having every single point of their problems, then it's a no-brainer to just join the program. Let's go over the social proof and the testimonials he currently has when selling his program. So the conversion insight for this is that his testimonials appear before the price. By the time the prospect says $40 per month, they've already seen more than 10 transformations and the price feels like a steal. And how you do this is by having these images that actually helps people convert. So the before and after transformations. We've reviewed this before. We've also reviewed this. He pretty much shows every characteristic that someone could have and then shows how they actually did it. So we have this guy that he had like a pretty bad hairline and then he grew his hair back. He has Asian dudes. He has like a kind of Latin vibe dude. And then this social proof works so well because he has a visual proof of what he's done before and after images. He has the front and center. So testimonials highlights is literally the first or second thing someone sees, and then the specificity. The results have the details. Lost 20 pounds, got my first girlfriend, or finally feel confident. And the relatability, which student looks like the ICP. The volume, he has thousands of testimonials, so this can't be fake. And then the varied results. So appearance, dating, mindset, community shows a multi-dimensional value. And this is what I was talking about before, that actually covers all the points that the ICP have, and then it's a no-brainer to just join the program. Okay, so now let's go over again how the story sequences and highlighted stories work as a funnel. So we've covered the highlighted stories before, but now let's see how they actually work as a funnel. So his profile has these 3 highlighted stories. And what these do is someone opens the profile, sees the highlights, watches the testimonials, and watches how to join. So then they click the link in bio and enter the Skool funnel. So the testimonial highlights explains what the program is, shows what's inside, shows the price, gives a direct CTA, so link in bio, and removes objections before they form. So the testimonial highlight is dedicated to transform results only, new viewers as the first thing they check, acts as a wall of proof, this is really important, and then updates regularly with new wins. So each story is one transformation and equals one sale. So now let's cover what YouTube was. And what I mean by was is because it was recently banned. So YouTube was banned in the last 24 hours. And let's see what it was. So Skool revenue continues unaffected because this was a secondary traffic source. The longer clips from streams, 5 to 20 minutes, were posted on YouTube. It was a longer forms lifestyle of content, and the extra SEO and search discoverability was banned, and now it's unavailable. So it complemented with IG and the TikTok presence. And what the content lived there was extended streams or highlights, the reaction videos or commentary videos, and then the day in my lifestyle of content. The current status of it is that all YouTube content has been removed. The impact that it produced is a loss of secondary SEO traffic, and the response is doubling down on IG and TikTok. The good thing is that this does not affect the core business because Skool is IG and TikTok driven, and YouTube was an additive, not a foundational. So what this means for the model is that the business is not dependent on YouTube, and this is a very good thing because this could happen any day. The Skool revenue continues unaffected. IG and TikTok remain the primarily engines, and the only bad things that happen is a loss of long-form discovery and a SEO traffic gap that opens up. So this leads to an opportunity of repurposing a long-form content to IG carousel plus TikTok longer clips. So now instead of watching 15 to 50-second clips, we'll also see some more longer form clips, just like 2 minutes or 5 minutes as an example. So now let's go over the celebrity and influence social proof that creates joining this 10 dudes right here, that actually everyone has his own personal brand and then the connection that it builds by doing this. The Tate connection matters. So Andrew Tate is the top one figure in the self-improvement niche for men, especially globally. So being associated with Tate creates instantly virality. So it creates the credibility with the ICP of the young males. It creates a trust transfer from Tate's audience, and it creates virality of the clips featuring him. So it also creates the halo effect. If Tate endorses him, he must be legit and access to Tate's networks or audience, which him joining Justin Waller, Tristan Tate, and all these other guys just creates credibility for him. Other celebrities and network that work is meeting up with other influencers in the space, showing up at high-profile events, social validation documented constantly, and each celebrity photo is 10 clips that will equal 10 million potential impressions via clippers. Let me show you how it actually affects the conversion. So before Take Collab, Clavicular is a niche looks maxing creator. That's it. After the Take Collab, Clavicular is part of the wider red pill self-improvement ecosystem, which creates a massive cross-pollination on this space. So the ICP overlap is Tate audience is the same one as Clavicular's ICP. And the good thing is that it's a near perfect audience match. So this partnership was a really good thing to do for his program. This has a lower acquisition cost because joining him actually redirects all these clips onto the same audience, but twice the amount of views, and then creates a higher conversion rate because Tate is seen as a credible figure, and this instantly creates Clavicular as a credible figure. Now let's go over the revenue model and the revenue breakdown, the actual numbers that Clavicular is doing. So every kick stream is $20,000 every day, so this equals $600,000 every month. Then the Skool group is bringing roughly $50,000 every month. At an annual rate, this is roughly $8 million every year, which then clippers cost about $100,000 every month, and then the net estimate is $500,000 per month, which is kind of crazy for a guy that only does looks maxing videos. So the cost of acquisition is literally $0. You just gotta pay this clippers right here, which is a free ad spend that pays by itself by doing the streams and by setting the program. So the primary revenue streams are the Skool subscriptions and the kick streams, but he also has some potential brand deals and sponsorships, merchandise, and higher ticket coaching that I've never seen before, with the potential of the Clipper program upsell. What he could do is run what Andrew Tate did, which was an affiliate program for all the clippers that could get paid a 50% of each guy that joined his program. So then they would be incentivized to actually do more, post more, and earn more. He also recently opened a new club, which is in Miami called Baccarat. And he also has a peptides brand, which is, I don't remember the name right now. this is also bringing some revenue, and this is making him being a multimillionaire, being 18 or 19, whatever he is. So what makes this model elite is that this is recurrent revenue, not one-time revenue. So he has a low churn, which the community gets him sticky because they want to go watch all the content, they want to do everything, and they want to send, so they would want to churn. Then they have a zero ad spend because it's all organic. It's infinitely scalable clippers. There's one product, one pricing. There's no other confusion about this. There's no inventory, no fulfillment because everything is pre-recorded inside the group. And there's a pure digital leverage, which covers everything right here. And it's crazy the amount of leverage this has, because if someone is really interested in watching the whole course, they won't churn just for the fact that they want to ascend. They want to be engaged with the community. They want to have everything inside. They want to have the urges to be the men they admire. And that's why this creates a super good model of selling info. The risk factors on this is that he risks platform bans because his content is kind of controversial, just like YouTube already was hit. The clipper quality and consistency, because you obviously depend on 1,500 guys. So if they turn back on you, then you have nothing to do. You can get creator burnout, which he's streaming daily, which might be a very exhausting job. I can't imagine doing that. And then the competitive Lux Max market. He's currently defined as the number one Lux Maxer, but he also has competition, just like Marlon. And there's some other dudes just spawning right now that are selling Lux Maxing programs. So he's also having to battle with the churn if the content quality drops. So he has to keep up with the good content, he has to keep up with the consistency, and he has to keep up with all the clippers. We're about to end, so stick till the end. So now let's go over the complete funnel map. As a conclusion, let's see everything that we're breaking down and how this works. So he has first the awareness, which has the Twitch streams, the raw clip footage, the 1,500 clippers that edit and post daily, and then the Instagram Reels and TikTok For You page. So then they enter in consideration. They see Clavicular's main IG profile, they see the views testimonial highlights, they see the link in bio, and the views on how to join sequence. So then this actually leads to the conversion, which then leads to the Skool group landing page, watches the 4-minute BSL, sees the transformation photos and course content. After they pay the $40 per month, they become a Skool member and enter the community. So to end this breakdown, I want to show you the 10 keys takeaways from Clevicular's model. Number one, he has the content that leads to clip and then leads to omnipresent, so you don't need followers if you have clippers. Keep that in mind. The Clipper model is a zero upfront paid distribution network, which you pay per result. You pay $1.5 for every 1,000 views, and this has an infinite scalable reach. So number three, you have one product, one price, which is recurring, $40 per month. Skool is the whole business. So simplicity is equal to scalability. Number four, you have social proof that lives before the offer and the testimonial highlights. So the buyer sees the proof before they see the price. The BSL does the selling. So the BSL is 4 minutes, which most likely everyone watches. And then at this point, all the work that you've done is just easy money because the profile just needs to get them to the link. I mean, if the profile is optimized, then you make sure they click the link when they watch the BSL, then they're sold, done. Number six, Andrew Tate creates credibility shortcut. So one celebrity endorsement is a massive ICP trust transfer. Number seven, YouTube is additive and not foundational. So getting banned doesn't kill the business, and IG and TikTok are the core heart of this business. And number eight, the ICP is a 16 to 24-year-old male in pain, and the transformation is aspirational and visual. So it's super easy to sell. Number nine, the community is equal to retention. So the Skool group keeps the member paying because the community has value beyond the content. So they want to stick and they want to join and they want to keep on paying because they want to be on that same community. And number 10, the whole model runs on organic traffic. There's no ad, no agency, no paid media, pure leverage because it's all organic run through clippers. So as a conclusion, this model is focused on being an organic creator with clipper distribution, Skool monetization, which has an estimated MRR of $50,000, and then one simple product with zero ad spend. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you're a coach or a content creator with more than 5,000 followers, and you're looking to optimize and build a funnel similar to this one or adapt it to your needs, you can send me a DM on my Instagram. I'll leave it down below and we can try and connect and work something out together. So I'll see you and I hope you enjoyed the video.